The DJI Osmo Action 6 is generating quite a stir in the action camera space. Just as we were getting comfortable with the DJI Osmo Action 5, rumors about its successor are already surfacing, teasing an exciting new release. While DJI has a history of innovating quickly, the question on many minds is whether it's too soon for another release or if there are significant upgrades in the works. The leaks hint at some intriguing changes, but with official details still under wraps, it's hard to know exactly what to expect. In this article, we'll break down the details that have surfaced so far, speculate on what we could see in the DJI Osmo Action 6, and discuss whether or not it's worth the excitement. One of the main sources of these rumors comes from regulatory filings, which have given us a glimpse into what might be coming. For those unfamiliar with the process, regulatory filings, such as those with the FCC and SGS, are important because they are often the first official hint that a product is nearing release. These filings typically include information about a device's name, model, and sometimes, its specifications. In this case, the filings mention a product called the DJI Osmo Action 6. What's particularly interesting is that there's no mention of the Pro tag, which raises a few questions. Does this mean DJI is planning to release a standard version without the higher-end features we've seen in the past? Could the company be shifting away from the Pro branding altogether, or is this just an early reference to a more affordable model, with the possibility of a Pro variant coming later? If the leaks hold true, we could see an official announcement as early as 2025. That's a remarkably fast turnaround, especially when you consider that the Osmo Action 5 Pro is still relatively fresh on the market. But why the rush? Could DJI be responding to intense competition in the action camera space, or is this just another iteration with minor tweaks? Only time will tell, but these early details are certainly intriguing. One of the most concrete bits of information from these leaks concerns the battery specs. Two capacities have been listed in the filings, 1,770 mAh and 1,950 mAh. The larger 1,950 mAh option is identical to the battery used in the Osmo Action 5 Pro, which hints that we could be looking at a Pro variant once again. This would likely offer similar battery life and performance to the previous model. However, the smaller 1,770 mAh battery suggests the possibility of a more budget-friendly version of the Osmo Action 6 aimed at casual users who don't necessarily need all the high-end features. If DJI indeed releases two versions, it would make sense as a strategy to appeal to a broader range of consumers. The standard model could be aimed at those who want a reliable action camera without breaking the bank, while the Pro variant could cater to more demanding users looking for superior performance. DJI has been known for offering high-end features at a more affordable price compared to competitors like GoPro, and this approach could help the Osmo Action 6 stand out in an increasingly crowded market. In terms of connectivity, the Osmo Action 6 will feature Bluetooth 5.1 and dual-band Wi-Fi. While this isn't groundbreaking by any means, it ensures that the camera will be compatible with DJI's mobile apps and accessories, which is an essential feature for a seamless user experience. Fast and stable wireless transfers are important for content creators who need to move files quickly and efficiently, and these upgrades should keep the Osmo Action 6 on par with current market standards. While the Osmo Action 5 Pro was generally well received, it wasn't without its shortcomings. If DJI is serious about making the Osmo Action 6 a worthwhile upgrade, there are several areas where improvement is needed. The most common criticism of action cameras is their performance in low light conditions, and this has been a point of contention for previous DJI models. If DJI can address this issue with an improved sensor or better image processing, the Osmo Action 6 could offer a significant leap forward, especially for content creators who need to shoot in challenging lighting environments. Additionally, higher resolutions and frame rates are areas where DJI will need to up its game. The Osmo Action 5 Pro offers great image quality, but with competitors like GoPro pushing the envelope with higher resolutions and frame rates, DJI will need to match or surpass those capabilities in order to stay competitive. If the Osmo Action 6 can handle crisp 4K footage at higher frame rates and better bit rates, it would be a strong contender for both casual users and professional content creators alike. Stabilization is another crucial feature for action cameras, and DJI has always been strong in this department. However, there's always room for improvement. GoPro's Hyper-Smooth and Insta360's flow state stabilization technologies have set a high bar, and DJI will need to push the boundaries even further. Improved rock-steady stabilization would go a long way toward ensuring the Osmo Action 6 remains a top choice for users who prioritize smooth, stable footage in action-packed environments. The Osmo Action lineup has always been known for its compact and rugged design, and it's likely that DJI will continue this trend with the Osmo Action 6. While minor tweaks in the design could make a big difference, we'd love to see improvements in terms of weight, waterproofing, and lens protection. A lighter, more durable camera that can withstand harsher conditions would make the Osmo Action 6 an even more attractive option for adventure seekers and content creators who put their cameras through demanding conditions. One of the most critical factors in the success of the DJI Osmo Action 6 will be its pricing. The Osmo Action 5 Pro was released at around the $400 mark, and it's reasonable to assume that the Osmo Action 6 will fall within a similar price range. However, if DJI is indeed planning to release two versions, one standard and one Pro, pricing could vary significantly. The standard version might come at around $300 to $350, making it a great option for budget-conscious users who want a solid action camera without all the premium features. On the other hand, the Pro variant could be priced closer to $450 or $500, especially if it comes with significant upgrades. If DJI pushes the price too high, they will need to justify it with meaningful improvements. The competition is fierce, with GoPro's flagship Hero lineup, Insta360's modular designs, and even smartphones closing in on the action camera market. DJI will need to ensure that its pricing strategy offers enough value to entice potential buyers. A well-priced Osmo Action 6 with solid performance could help DJI carve out a niche in the market, but if the price creeps too close to GoPro's flagship models, the company will need something truly unique to differentiate itself. The action camera market is more competitive than ever, with GoPro's Hero lineup still reigning as the gold standard. Insta360 continues to innovate with modular designs and unique features, and even smartphones are increasingly capable of shooting high-quality action footage. So, where does the Osmo Action 6 fit in? DJI's strength has always been its ability to offer high-end features at a more affordable price compared to GoPro. If they can maintain this approach, the Osmo Action 6 could fill an important niche, appealing to users who want top-tier features without the premium price tag. However, if DJI prices the Osmo Action 6 too close to GoPro's models, they will need something truly groundbreaking to make it stand out. Another area where DJI could make improvements is in the realm of accessories. Action cameras are all about adaptability, and how well a camera integrates with various mounting options, external microphones, and other add-ons can make or break the user experience. DJI has done a decent job in this area with previous models, but there's always room for refinement. Improved magnetic mounting, a better system for attaching filters and lenses, and more versatile accessory compatibility could give the Osmo Action 6 a competitive edge. However, if DJI introduces a new design that's incompatible with older accessories, it could frustrate existing users. External audio support is another area that could use improvement. While built-in microphones have improved over the years, many content creators still prefer to use external microphones for better sound quality. If DJI can make it easier to connect high-quality audio gear without the need for bulky adapters, it could further enhance the Osmo Action 6's appeal. The DJI Osmo Action 6 is definitely on the way, and the leaks suggest it could bring meaningful upgrades. However, there are still a lot of unknowns, and we must remain cautious about whether this will be a true generational leap or just another incremental update. If you already own the Osmo Action 5 Pro, it's worth considering whether the improvements will be significant enough to justify an upgrade. However, for those new to the DJI ecosystem, the Osmo Action 6 might offer a compelling reason to make the switch. With the competition heating up, DJI will need to deliver on its promises and ensure that the Osmo Action 6 stands out in a crowded market. Only time will tell if it lives up to the hype, but one thing is clear, DJI is moving fast, and they're confident they have something special in store for us.